Have you ever heard of frozen shoulder?
Frozen shoulder. When I was in college, I got frozen shoulder all the time.
No, I'm not talking about your dating history. That's cold shoulder.
All right, frozen shoulder. I get patients who come in all the time with frozen shoulder. But what I find is that a lot of them don't understand what it really is.
Yeah, that's why we want to talk about it today. We're going to talk all about frozen shoulder, why people get it, and what to do about it.
That's right. So if you've ever had a shoulder injury, you aren't going to want to miss this episode. This is the pitch. What happens when a chiropractor and a physical therapist get together to make a health and wellness podcast?
But chiropractors and physical therapists don't like each other.
Oh, think again.
I'm Dr. Kathy Lynch, physical therapist who likes to help people move and get stronger.
I'm Dr. Jason Young, an evidence-based chiropractor who uses humor just as much as adjustments to help people get better.
Welcome to the Pitch Podcast.
Remember, there's no I in pitch. All right, welcome back to the pitch. This week's episode is actually brought to you by one of our sponsors, Encore Physical Therapy. Have you heard of that place before, Kathy?
Yeah.
Well, I get the privilege of sitting across from Kathy every week, which means that I get a front row seat to how she thinks about movement, pain, and getting people back to the life that they want. That's the exact same mindset that they have when you walk into Encore Physical Therapy on 9th Street in Corvallis. So if you're recovering from an injury, dealing with nagging pain, or trying to get your body to cooperate with your ambitions, their team knows how to guide you from "this hurts" to "I can do this again." So they don't just hand out generic rehab plans. They build programs around how you move, how you heal, and where you want to go. So Encore is the kind of clinic where people feel seen, encouraged, and actually excited about the progress that they're making. So they blend evidence-based rehab with genuine human support, which is a rare combination in healthcare. So whether you're an athlete, a weekend warrior, or someone who wants to pick up their grandkids without having to call 911, the professionals at Encore Physical Therapy can definitely help you. It's Encore Physical Therapy. PT so good, you're going to want more. So excellent. Yes. Love our sponsors. Thank you so much. Dr. Kathy Lynch, here we are for another episode.
Yes.
This one about the Fro Show.
The Fro Show.
Yes.
Not Fro-Yo.
No, not Fro-Yo. We're going to talk about this shoulder problem for show.
Faux show.
Yeah, you see a lot of people with frozen shoulder.
Yeah, otherwise known as adhesive capsulitis.
Adhesive capsulitis for the nerds out there, right?
Yeah.
The nerds and the nards.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that frozen shoulder is one of those conditions where the diagnosis got out there into the open, and so then you get a lot of people who self-diagnose. Oh, I've got frozen shoulder, and it's not just as simple as I can't move my shoulder very well, right? And it's important to understand the difference, right? Okay,
It sure is.
so tell us about frozen shoulder.
What is it?
What is the adhesive capsulitis? What's your signature question? Frozen shoulder. Why are you the way? No, why did you choose to be frozen shoulder?
What's so adhesive about it?
Yeah. Why are you all adhesive all of a sudden? Settle down.
Okay, so adhesive capsulitis. Why do they call it that? Well, every joint has a joint capsule. And so the itis of the capsule is inflammation.
Yes.
And therefore, we call it adhesive capsulitis.
Yeah. So it's inflammation
It is.
of that capsule.
It
But what
is.
about the adhesive part? Like, I use adhesives to connect things, to hang things, Christmas ornaments, cards, against the wall Christmas cards as holiday seasons are coming up. No.
So I like to, sometimes I describe it to patients as, so like I was explaining, the joint capsule kind of holds the two bones together, and then the like tendons and ligaments in the shoulder, it's some of the ligaments are all kind of part of the capsule, but the capsule kind of shrinks down. And I'm not sure if we actually know the exact mechanism as to why it shrinks down, but it kind of shrinks down into scar tissue. And so I kind of explain it to people as like saran wrap.
Yeah.
Shrink wrap around your shoulder, and all of a sudden it's super tight.
Yeah, and I think that that's one of the reasons that adhesive capsulitis is weird, is because we don't know exactly why it happens. Like
Mhm.
I can tell you how a strain is going to happen. You
Yeah.
just overstretch something.
Right.
I can tell you how a sprain is going to happen. Well, same injury,
Yeah.
different tissue. But with adhesive capsulitis, like it kind of cascades into this problem.
Mhm. Yes,
And
sometimes it's people who have had a surgery or have had an injury.
right.
That's like, okay, yeah, this is why you have frozen shoulder.
Yeah. Well, and the capsule around the shoulder, I think is kind of unique just because the shoulder has such a big range of
Mhm.
motion. It's the most mobile joint
Mhm.
in your body. Part of the reason for that is you have a very small joint surface and a
Mhm.
large kind of bone. It's
Mhm.
not kind of a bone; it's
No,
actually
it
a
is a
bone.
bone.
It's a real bone.
Mhm.
So, and it pivots in there, and so that capsule kind of helps to give some stability to it. But the capsule also has quite a bit of give to it, and it's got these like little folds in it so that you can get all the way around. You can really wind up and pitch that softball,
You can pitch
right?
it.
Or you could
Mhm.
throw that punch,
Mhm.
right? Whatever it is that you
Mhm.
wanna do. And then, the adhesions come in those folds. They, like, all stick together, and so then, all of a sudden, your shoulder's not moving. So,
Yeah, and that's kinda usually how it starts.
yeah.
So there's phases of frozen
Yes.
shoulder,
Yes.
and they are the freezing,
Okay, that sounds cold. No.
the frozen part.
Oh, colder.
Mhm. And then just like ice cream, it's thaws out.
Okay. And, so what do these phases look like then?
So the freezing phase is the worst of it all.
Okay.
That's when you start to lose your range of motion, but you can have significant pain.
Yeah.
Like pain that the way I've never had frozen shoulder, but the way people describe it and
Mhm.
the way people move with it, it is significant 7, 8, 9 out of 10 pain.
Yeah, and it's a sharp, stabby pain,
Yes.
right? It's not
Yep.
like ooh, the
Yeah.
old joints are kind of, like,
Yeah.
stiff. Yeah, it feels bad.
Mhm.
It feels legitimately bad.
It's very bad.
And usually when this is happening, it's on the heels of, a shoulder injury.
Mhm.
So, like, if you have a rotator cuff tear
Mhm.
or something like that, one of the realities is that it can progress into a frozen shoulder.
Yeah.
So that's a freezing stage. It is highly inflammatory
Yeah.
and things are changing.
Extremely painful.
Mhm.
Now, I always tell people, like, when you get to the frozen stage, you're not gonna have as much pain, but you won't be able to move your arm.
Right. Like, it's literally like this,
It's
right?
literally
And that's kind of one of the things I look for is whenever people are trying I'm like, "Okay, lift your arm," right?
yeah.
This movement is called abduction,
He's
or
lifting his arm to his
or
side.
or people say abduction, right? It's kind of like the movement that you make for jumping jacks over your
Yes,
head.
exactly.
And then what happens is when you get frozen shoulder, one of the things I look for is somebody starting to raise their arm,
Mhm.
and then they get to a point where it's the rest of their body that's moving, right? Not just the arm. So, if I'm just moving my arm,
Yeah,
but then when it gets to the frozen stage, I'm going like this, and
they're leaning.
exactly. And so
Mhm.
it's a big lean to the side. For me, that's one of the signs. It's like, okay, we need to evaluate for adhesive capsulitis, right? Or the frozen shoulder.
That's right, and
Mhm.
usually the hallmark sign of, at least the first sign I see is the external rotation, like
Mm,
that movement when you're trying to lift your hand up to
yeah.
your ear.
Like, imagine that you're gonna be hitchhiking, right? And
Yes.
you get your thumb out there and you wanna, "Hey, take me down the road," right? Like, I'm going that
Yeah.
away. That's the external
Yeah.
rotation.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I start to see when that one's restricted, that's when I start to think about, this could possibly be adhesive capsulitis. That's one of my
Yes.
first clues
Mhm.
on it. Yeah. And then the thawing stage, and it sounds exactly what is happening.
Yeah.
So your range of motion starts to come back. You don't have as much pain. Um the scarring, so they call it, or they evidence,
Oh, we know who
we
they are.
we
Yes.
call it,
I
it's
used to
really
watch the X-Files, okay? I know who they are, all right?
so it's actually fibrosis. It's
Mhm.
a fibrotic tissue of the capsule. So that starts to resolve in the thawing stage.
Right. All that stuff kind of loosens up. And
Mhm.
frozen shoulder is kind of weird because if you do nothing, it most of the time, it just resolves,
Yeah.
right? You get all or most of your range of motion back, but once it sets in, it's probably gonna be hanging out for a while, anywhere from, like, 6 months to a few years.
Yes, it
Yeah,
can last that long to
yeah,
resolve.
yeah, and that's
So,
that's no fun.
no, doing nothing is
Eh,
not fun.
ain't nobody got time for that,
No.
right?
But
So,
it will resolve, but it could
yeah.
take years for sure.
Now, one of the big, mistakes that I see that's made whenever people are trying to diagnose frozen shoulder is that, like, and one of the hallmarks of it isn't just that you lose range of motion,
Mhm.
because I can lose range of motion because it's painful,
Yeah.
right? It's like, "Oh, I'm trying to lift my arm, and that way is just it hurts too much," or it feels weak.
Mhm.
Frozen shoulder is not weakness,
Mm-mm.
and it's not pain.
No.
That's not what's limiting your motion. It's actually that capsule is kind of glued shut, and well, not shut, but
Shut.
glued.
Moved
And
down. Adhered.
yeah, it's adhered.
Yes.
Right. I'd hear you what you're saying. And so that would be like we'd have somebody demonstrate their range
Mhm.
of motion. So that's called active range of
Mhm.
motion. When a patient or a person, we'll just call
Person.
them people.
People.
Yeah, they're people listening to us, not patients. Oh, and this is probably a great time for the disclaimer. What's
Yeah,
the disclaimer?
this is not medical advice.
Y'all, we're
This
just
is
messing around.
Yeah, this is entertainment.
We're not your doctor.
No.
We're not some of your doctors,
Yeah.
but yeah, we're just this is entertainment. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's all the entertainments. So, yeah, so when we have a person demonstrate that active range of motion, they're stuck. But then there's something that we do called passive range of motion,
Mhm.
where we go and we try and move it for you.
Yes.
And with like a strain, a muscle strain
Mhm.
or joint sprain, a lot of times if you're not helping, we can get a fuller
Mhm.
range of motion because the thing that's actually painful is you trying to use the muscle.
Yeah.
And then if I go and I try and move your arm, and now your whole body rocks to the side, and like if I really tried, I still couldn't move it. That's adhesive capsulitis.
Yes.
So
Yes.
passive and active range of motion need to be decreased in order for it to qualify as frozen shoulder.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because if I can move it
Hmm.
and you can't move it, then it ain't.
It's not frozen.
It is not frozen.
No, it's just busted.
It's
Busted shoulder. That's a whole other episode.
it's a painful shoulder.
Okay, question for
Yeah.
you. Have you ever had somebody come in and they tell you that their doctor took x-rays and that they have frozen shoulder?
I no, actually I
What
haven't.
about
But
MRI?
that's probably MRI.
I've had that happen
Uh-huh.
before. Somebody's like, "Yeah, my doctor took an MRI of my shoulder
Mhm.
and I've got frozen shoulder." Oh,
Mhm.
they saw that on the MRI? Which would be a miracle
Yeah,
because you cannot see it
that's
on an
not
MRI.
what you're gonna see. Yeah.
And I just wanna say, I doubt that that's what the doctors are saying.
Yes,
But
correct.
maybe it just wasn't communicated well
Right.
enough to the patient, or maybe it was, like, conveyed to them at the same time that they were
Mhm.
reviewing MRI results that, "Yes, we think you have frozen shoulder," but you can't see it on an MRI.
No, they
So,
probably saw nothing on the MRI,
yeah,
which was why they're like, "Okay, there's nothing, there's no rotator cuff tear, there's no labral tear,
right.
so we're gonna call this frozen shoulder."
Right, exactly. Diagnosis of exclusion.
Yeah.
No, but, I just bring that up because stop asking us for MRIs when we tell you that you have frozen shoulder. It's not
Mm-mm.
helpful from a diagnostic
Mm-mm.
standpoint.
Yeah.
And yeah, so but they can occur together. You can
Yeah.
have a tear or a sprain
Mhm.
and frozen shoulder.
Mhm.
You can have a labrum
Yeah.
injury and frozen shoulder, but it's kind of its own separate thing.
It
All right,
is. It
I'm
is.
gonna climb off my soapbox.
Okay.
All right,
Okay,
so
I'll give you a couple minutes.
yeah, what about some conditions that might predispose somebody to frozen shoulder? Like who gets this?
Well, I'm gonna get on my soapbox.
Get on your soapbox, Kathy. Get up there.
It's more common in women.
Preach. No, I mean, wait, sorry, I was just getting excited. Okay. More common in women.
And the Lord said,
Yeah. Hallelujah, adhesive capsulitis.
the women will have more adhesive capsulitis.
Sorry, Adam. This is Eve's. Yeah.
Yeah, it is more common in women, and the demographic I see a lot of demographic is women over 40.
Yeah, so 5th, 6th decade, that
Mhm.
that kind of thing.
Doesn't mean other people can't get it, especially people that have had shoulder
Mhm.
injuries, shoulder surgery, a fall, something like that.
Yeah.
A man can get it.
Yeah, and men are more frustrated by it. That's just
Yes.
my experience, that's my
Yes.
observation. Men who get adhesive capsulitis, it's almost hilarious, right? Because "What is going on with me? What's wrong with me?"
You
Right?
tell them 100
Yeah,
times.
exactly.
Are
So,
you sure? Yep.
because I don't know, some men just aren't, like, built tough, right? So, not as tough as women. Women are tough as nails. Um, yeah, and then, what about conditions that might
Mhm.
predispose people besides, being a woman is not a condition, but, like, what about conditions that might predispose somebody to
Diabetes,
Uh-huh,
people with thyroid issues,
right. So if you got the sugar,
yeah,
"I got the
I got
sugar."
the sugar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mhm.
mhm,
Yeah, because when you have diabetes, like, you're gonna have more trouble with inflammatory
mhm,
conditions, period. Don't
mhm.
get diabetes,
Yep.
alright?
First of all,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
frozen should be the least of your problems.
Yeah, right, exactly. You
Mhm.
got you got bigger fish to fry? Frish, right? Well, and diabetes is what, like, the number 6 leading cause of death in
Mhm.
America,
Yeah,
so, yeah.
very underrated.
Yeah, frozen shoulder, what's the death toll on frozen shoulder?
No, I think it's
I think it's
0.0.
pretty close to 0, if not below,
That's
right?
right.
And then, I think the other thing is, like, sometimes, you see this in people who have had a shoulder surgery,
Yes.
right? So it's just
Mhm.
sometimes a side effect of recovering
Yep.
from, like, a labrum
Mhm.
repair or, like a rotator cuff repair or something like that.
Yeah, because those people who have had a rotator cuff repair real know that you're in a sling for 6 weeks,
Yeah,
and for a good part of that 6 weeks, depending on your surgeon, you're not moving your arm.
right,
They say, "Do not move it."
right,
And so, unfortunately, one of the side effects of that is then your shoulder's frozen.
yeah.
Not everybody.
So, you say depending upon your surgeon.
Mhm.
So do you, like, in your experience, what's a good protocol for that? Like, when somebody has a rotator cuff repair, like, how soon do you think they should get back to moving, or is it best to really immobilize it? What do you think?
Well, I think it's best to immobilize it early
Mhm,
because it is a really fragile repair.
mhm,
I mean, those rotator cuff tendons and muscles are not big.
mhm.
And, keeping it immobilized, um, in the short term, it saves it first of all, you're gonna protect the repair. The other the other part of having the sling on too, it reminds you not to use your arm.
Yeah,
For example, if something's falling off a table, the reflex is to go and grab it.
yeah,
If you got a sling
mhm,
on, you're not gonna move your arm.
right,
So, a lot of surgeons I see, or a lot of surgeons that send patients to us with rotator cuff repair, they want them in PT within 2 weeks,
mhm,
and then we can passively move it for them
yeah,
to help reduce, frozen shoulder. There are surgeons also that don't let their patients start PT for 8 weeks because they don't want you to
oh,
move it at all.
wow.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well,
You think that's a long
I've
time,
had
or
a conversation with the surgeon.
Yeah, 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 uh-huh,
Of course, I think they should start PT earlier.
mhm,
Their point of view is I'd rather reverse engineer the shoulder than
mhm,
to tear the repair that I made. So
gotcha,
and we get those shoulders, they're so stiff.
mhm,
Probably the outcomes, it takes those people a little bit longer to recover from the rotator cuff because we're really having to stretch tissue.
yeah.
Um, uh,
We should get a orthopedic surgeon on sometime so we can ask them these tough
that
questions.
would be great.
"Sir or ma'am, why? Why?
Why?
Why 8 weeks? Tell us now." No.
You're in the hot seat.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's really interesting.
Mhm.
And it kind of brings up I think sometimes people when they're thinking about physical therapy, because you talked about getting into physical therapy early.
Mhm.
I think that sometimes whenever we're thinking about a referral, we are thinking not about the person or the professional that we're referring to. We're only thinking about the technique,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so I always favor an early referral.
Mhm.
The reason is because you have training in how to protect this and how to rehab it and everything like that. And so a doctor who's referring to a physical therapist may think that day one everybody's showing up and getting exercises,
Mm.
which isn't necessarily the
No,
case,
no
right?
way.
And so getting the right professionals involved early in the
Yeah.
case, that person might show up post-op and the treatment, the therapy is really, let's talk about this. Let's make some strategies.
Mhm.
How are you going to, function in your home?
Mhm.
Like what kind of job do you do? What do you have to do now? Like I know people are like, "Oh yeah, I shouldn't go to a chiropractor for that because dot dot dot." And they're thinking I shouldn't get adjusted.
Right.
It doesn't mean you shouldn't go to a chiropractor.
Mhm.
Um, people come in, they see you, and part of your job is let's deploy the tools that we have at the right time.
Right.
So, if your doctor says let's wait 8 weeks before a PT referral, just go to the physical
Yeah.
therapist.
You can call us. You don't need a referral.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, if I was going to get my shoulder
Yes.
repaired, I would go see Kathy like the day after, and she might not be like,
No, moving you around.
yeah, but, I want her opinion. I wanna know, like, what should I and shouldn't I be doing? And, that's also part of the skill set, not just, giving people 3 sets of 10,
Right.
right?
Yeah, and that was kind of the other point too, uh, you know, they're kinda drugged up when they leave surgery,
Mhm.
and they
The
have
surgeons?
yes,
Yeah, I've noticed, and
them
the
and the
nurses too.
patients, yeah, the
Oh,
patients
and the
too.
patients get some drugs.
So the surgeon's giving them all these instructions,
Uh-huh.
they may have someone there with them listening,
Yes. Oh,
and
yes.
so the instructions after surgery get garbled,
Yeah.
right?
Bro, dealing with sober patients and giving them instructions
Is
is like,
yeah,
some of the
imagine.
things that people come back and they're like, "Well, you said last time."
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, like I had somebody who came in this morning and we had talked about their condition. And he's like, if I remember correctly, whenever I came in and you saw this, you said, we can fix that right up. I said, I did not say that. We had no such conversation, sir. Yeah. It's like, yeah. You said you could regrow me a leg. Nope. That
Not
is
me,
not what I
not
said.
me, that was
That
that guy
is,
down the
that
street.
is the other chiropractor, right? He said, it. Yeah. So, but yeah. So,
Mhm.
sometimes people
Ye
are high
yeah,
when they're getting their instructions.
and they surgeons also give out exercises on a
Mhm.
piece of paper,
Yeah.
and what I see that comes in
Mhm.
after people look at that piece of paper and they're like, "Okay, I'll do it this way," and then I see them do it and I say, "That is the exact opposite of what you should be doing."
Right. Right.
So, having coming into PT, we could just do, have a conversation your first visit,
Mhm.
and I don't have to move you. And I have to do, we can talk about, like you said, what you should and what you shouldn't do. And we can go over the exercises that the surgeon gave you to make sure that you are doing them correctly.
Yeah, and not everybody's starting from the same place,
Right.
right? Some
Right.
people, a lot of that has to do with your prehab,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I know that you do this
Mm-hmm.
also, where if I have frozen shoulder, or let's say I have a rotator cuff tear, and I know that I'm going to need surgery for it, I should start PT now,
Yes.
not wait till after the surgery.
Right.
What's better for me if I start
Mm-hmm.
now rather than
Mm-hmm.
going after the surgery?
Mm-hmm.
No, not yes or no. Like what? Like
Oh, what's better?
oh, yo,
I thought that
yeah.
was a rhetorical question. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
what's for dinner tonight? I mean, was that a
No,
question?
but why does that help for people to see a physical therapist before they get a surgery like a joint replacement or a rotator cuff tear or anything like that?
I agree.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I
I
did. Yeah.
think what you're looking for is the stronger you go into surgery, the stronger you're gonna be out.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's usually what I preach to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
And
Again,
amen.
amen to that.
Yes. This is our most religious
It
episode ever.
really
Yeah.
is.
Uh-huh.
We kind of went off on a tangent there.
Yeah, so if there are any churches that wanna sponsor the Pitch Podcast, like, hit us up, hit us up. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, let's talk a little bit about natural history.
mhm.
I love that term, the natural history. Like, people are like, "Oh, yeah, I go to a
Mm,
naturopath." So,
mhm.
no.
That must be it.
So, I think we talked about this a little bit. where if the average case of adhesive capsulitis is going to last anywhere from a few months to a few years.
Mhm.
So what happens if you do nothing?
Well, it will resolve.
Mhm, yeah, great point. I kind of walked straight right
Yeah,
into
it's
that. Yeah,
okay.
cool. Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, so you can just wait it out.
Uh-huh. Is that smart?
I would not suggest a family member of mine to wait it out,
Is that
no.
because you're selling physical therapy?
Yes.
Okay. Otherwise, no. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Slightly biased.
Uh-huh.
But but frankly, I do tell some patients when they are in the freezing stage,
Mhm.
if they're that painful, I just tell them, that to wait,
Mhm.
and then I'll see them during the frozen stage.
Right.
Because
Right.
it can be too painful for me to even move their arm.
Mhm.
Um, but I can give them some isometric exercises. I can get them some pendulum
Right.
exercises that they can do in the meantime to keep the shoulder moving. But coming to PT sometimes can be just too painful when we're really just need to get to the freezing state or the frozen stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where we have a few different treatment
Mhm.
options.
Mhm.
And so doing some things like, pain and inflammation
Mhm.
management, so
Yeah.
like NSAIDs.
Yep.
NSAIDs, for people who don't know, are non-steroidal
Mhm.
anti-inflammatory drugs. So like your
Mhm.
ibuprofen,
Mhm.
Aleve, Advil. Again, we're not giving
No.
medical advice or
No.
prescriptions.
But that's
So,
what we've read
but yes,
people
we might have read
tell.
that from smarter
Yes.
people. Yeah.
Yes.
So, um, and is there a risk if you do nothing of
Yeah.
having long-term damage?
Ooh, good question. Damage. Hmm.
Drop the D word there.
You could probably long term have a loss of range of motion.
Hmm.
You're probably gonna get most of your range of motion back, but doing nothing, you may lose that end
Yeah, I
range of
agree.
motion and
Seen
strength
that.
for sure.
Yeah, you get some muscle atrophy,
Mhm.
right? Especially those deltoid muscles and
Yes. Mhm.
um
Rotator cuff for sure.
yeah, so there's some long-term
Mhm.
consequences to if you're looking at a 3-year frozen shoulder
Mhm.
as opposed to one that's a few months or a year.
Right.
And so I mean, do you want to risk that all by yourself?
No.
Right? It kind of goes back to what I was saying before, where it's like, it's not just, hey, give me some exercises. It's like, part of the job is helping guide people through
Yes.
these things. So even
Yeah.
if we're not trying to like do the thing where I put my foot on your waist and then I'm wedging up on your, nobody does that. Right.
Well, what are you the chiropractic what's the chiropractic solution?
Yeah. So typically, 99% of the time, if you just adjust somebody, that frozen shoulder is going to go away instantly.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
I should
also
just send everybody to you then.
that's a
Okay.
flat out lie. Um, I, and this is interesting because over the years, I've encountered chiropractors who they have some approaches to this that end up getting some big results. Like I saw one guy who he had a whole protocol where he would go through with adjusting the upper cervical spine. That there's quite a few of these shoulder type things that responded. um, what I would put out there is that it probably wasn't frozen shoulder, just because I think that what they were probably missing was the passive range of motion portion of it,
Mm, mhm, mhm.
because once you get to the part where, you're not being able to have passive range of motion, I don't it doesn't make sense to me that an adjustment would undo the 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 kind of physical barriers that are associated with it. But sometimes improving the function of the cervical spine or the neck or the upper back can maybe help you avoid getting into that cascade of problems that
Mhm.
eventually becomes frozen shoulder. When you have a shoulder injury, one of because your shoulder is so mobile, uh, your brain is very incredible in terms of finding new ways and
Mhm.
pathways to get a job done. So I need to put this dish in the cabinet. your body's going to figure out some other way to do it.
Mhm.
And so the idea that I'm getting at here is if I can make sure that as many joints are moving like they should, it's going to give you much more in terms of options to get your daily tasks done and maybe take some of the burden off your shoulder
Yep.
and help it at that point to
Right.
avoid maybe a frozen shoulder.
Yeah.
Other than that, you
Yeah.
know, our approach to it is kind of really similar to what a PT would
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
because like there's it's a good way to do it. So
Mhm.
um
Yeah.
I looked up like what are the gold standard
Yeah.
treatments
Okay.
for frozen shoulder. Um and it's kind of interesting because what I found were things that like when we had talked about this before, we're like, oh yeah, that doesn't always work. Oh, that doesn't always work either.
No.
That doesn't always work either.
Mhm.
But let me show you what I found or tell you what I found. I don't have to show you. So kind of the gold standard treatments
Yeah.
would be intra-articular
Okay.
corticosteroids. So if you caught our episode a couple weeks ago, Dr. Liam Vu, he talked about injection therapy. One of the things that he talked about was injecting corticosteroids or cortisone.
Mhm.
Intra-articular means inside the joint. So they inject some cortisone into that joint. And the reason that works is because of the inflammatory portion of this. And so that cortisone injection, I think if done at the right time, which is
Right.
timing is important because
Mhm.
and I think that's really during the freezing stage,
Yeah.
right? If you're doing that during the freezing stage, before you get to the frozen stage,
Mhm.
you have a chance of kind of stopping that inflammatory not profit,
No. Are you
process.
profiting
We're
off of
getting
the
religious
inflammation?
again.
Yeah.
No. You're able to kind of stop that inflammatory process
Mm.
that then leads to those layers of the capsule adhering to each other. And so timing is everything though. And then along with that, structured physical
Mhm.
therapy. So I don't know what structured physical therapy is versus unstructured physical therapy.
We practice unstructured at
You
Encore.
do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So is that like
It's a
basically stuff that you get off of TikTok
yeah.
and yeah.
Mhm. What TikTok are we doing today?
Yeah, it's the let me print you out this paper, right? This is yeah. So, but the thing that's interesting is in kind of researching this, there aren't a lot of therapies that on their own
Mhm.
are have good evidence
Right.
for dealing with frozen shoulder.
Right.
That was kind of a bit of a surprise to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have not come up with a good solution to frozen shoulder other than suck it up.
Yeah. Suck it up, buttercup. Um, and then so that's kind of the early tier is let's get a cortisone shot. Let's do some structured physical therapy,
That's right.
right? And then if that doesn't work, then it could escalate to hydrodilation,
Mhm.
which you have any information on hydrodilation, what that is?
Yes. So that is also an injection,
Mm-hmm.
but they take a mix of cortisone, saline, and local anesthetic. And the
I thought
theory,
there was some ginger ale in there too.
I thought it was Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper, that's it. That's right. Okay.
The
So,
idea
really everything but the Dr. Pepper
Yeah,
and ginger
okay,
ale?
yeah.
Okay.
The idea is that, all of th there it's a kind of a big injection of fluid that it's gonna help stretch the joint capsule.
Like, from the inside?
Yes.
Okay. So, let's blow it up like a water balloon.
Yes.
See what happens.
It's
Uh-huh.
I wanna know who came up with that.
It's a great idea.
Hey, how about this idea?
Uh-huh. It was probably a chiropractor. No.
I mean, the
Definitely not.
cortisone's gonna help with the
Yeah.
inflammation. The local anesthetic, I think, is just there for the injection part of it.
Right. Yeah.
And then the saline is just gonna kinda blow up the joint to kinda stretch the capsule,
Yeah,
so
saline is kinda like just it's like you don't just wanna put water in there. So but saline is just kind of the basic fluid that they
yes,
use
they
to,
just
do injections,
yeah,
and yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, and, the other thing about the early cortisone is, I like like we talked about, the freezing stage is so painful, people can't sleep. I
yes.
mean, they might get an hour or 2 at a time.
Dude, a shoulder injury is not fun for
Ugh,
sleep.
no.
Yeah, and you can find a good, comfortable position to sleep in, and then you roll over,
Yeah,
and it's just like,
yeah,
"Meh."
yeah, and then it takes a while to get back to sleep,
Well,
so
and the thing that's terrible is sleep is
Mhm.
required for healing. And
Yes.
so if you can't sleep well, you're gonna
Mhm.
have a very difficult time getting your shoulder to mend.
Yeah,
So
exactly, so
and then the other thing that they do in extreme cases, like I can think of two other
Mhm.
therapies. There is surgery where they go in and they try and kind of basically cut some of the adhesions,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And open that up. But that one of the challenges there is then you're introducing kind of a new injury,
Mhm,
new inflammation,
mhm.
and it could just adhere again.
Yes.
So even with that, you need to get that mobilized
Yeah.
afterwards. And so, and then the other thing is something called MUA, manipulation under anesthesia, which sounds horrible.
Do not Google it.
It's brutal. It's like
Mhm.
they put you to sleep
Yeah,
and then they're gonna move that
they
thing,
crank that
right?
arm.
Yeah, while you're asleep and you can't
Mhm.
say "ow." But, and that's like, this is allow me to get sidetracked here.
Yeah, please.
I saw recently that and this probably isn't new, but I've just discovered it because it hit my social media algorithm. Have you heard of, getting tattoos under anesthesia?
No.
Holy smokes. It's crazy. I watched this video of a guy and he went in and they have him knocked out and they did a full sleeve
No.
on each arm
Mm-mm.
and a full
Nope.
chest tattoo. And they spend like a few hours doing it, but you can get all that ink and it would have taken like months or
Right.
a year
Yeah, oh,
to
I
get all
see.
those. Yeah, but yeah, they just knock them out.
Who's
They just
putting
knock
them
it all
out?
out.
Like, is there an anesthesiologist there?
That was
I
my
hope.
question, and there has to be some sort of regulation around this because it's like, as much as people wanna bag on chiropractors and like, "You're not a real doctor." Nard. You can't tell me that a tattoo artist is, like, qualified to be knocking people
No.
out, so,
No.
yeah, I don't know anything about it, but I
No.
just saw that and I thought it was crazy,
Yeah.
but MUA, manipulation under
Uh-huh.
anesthesia, uh, like, it's done in a hospital, and
Mhm.
so they put you under, they, rank that thing around and get it moving, and so that sounds like it would not be fun at all.
No, it
It's like
sounds terrible.
it's like taking you right back
Yeah.
to freezing from Frozen.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
I think when you escalate the process, that's one of the things that's on the table.
Right.
So anecdotally, one thing that I have seen that's been successful is shockwave therapy.
Mm. Yeah.
And so who knows why? Like I'm just gonna throw out my theories of why
Mhm.
it's helpful. I don't know if this is really the case, but what I've done is, and I've probably had like in the last couple months, I've had about 5 or 6 patients that I've treated for frozen shoulder. They
Mm.
were in the frozen stage.
Mm.
They got some range of motion back. But the idea is when you're introducing that pressure wave, it kind of helps to soften up or break up some of those
Mm.
adhesions.
Okay.
And so if you're doing that with some mobilization,
Mm. Mhm.
they get some range of motion back. Like
Mm.
one or two of the cases, it was like the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Which my first thought is, was it really frozen shoulder?
Right.
Right? If you're
Mhm.
getting all that range of
Sure.
motion back.
Sure.
And my guess would be it probably wasn't truly adhesive capsulitis,
Uh-huh.
just because there isn't a lot of evidence out there that says that shockwave therapy would do that. So basically, what we're doing is treating a misdiagnosis. Which cool, great. I all I care about is that they got their
They got
range of
better.
motion back,
Yeah.
and then the other people got some range of motion back, not the
Mm.
whole thing,
Mhm.
but it's non-invasive. It doesn't feel amazing, but if your goal is to get some of that range of motion back, that's something that could be helpful too.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, and then of course essential oils and homeopathics.
Yes.
Wrong.
Wait, I thought it was Lysol into the veins.
Lysol, yeah.
Can we go back and talk about why women
Yeah, yeah,
are
yeah.
getting this?
Totally.
I went down a different train thought.
Yes. Let's get back on track with that. So yeah,
So,
why women,
I
Kathy?
why women? Well,
Yeah.
what happens to women around their 40s, Jason?
That is an interesting question.
I mean,
Could it be something with the
it
hormones?
might be.
Mhm. Let me take a menopause and see if I can yeah, so
That's
what
right.
is the relationship between menopause and frozen shoulder?
Well, as we know, estrogen, or if you don't know, you're gonna learn it now.
I'm gonna learn it. I'm
Yes,
gonna learn.
estrogen is an anti-inflammatory hormone.
Mhm.
And so when we're in perimenopause and menopause, our estrogen levels drop
Yes.
to eventually to zero.
Yes.
And so,
Not good.
no, it's not good. There's estrogen receptors on muscles, tendons, ligaments.
Mhm.
And so without that, when we reduce when our estrogen levels reduce, it also reduces collagen synthesis.
Okay.
And collagen is a key part of what makes our tendons and ligaments flexible
Yeah.
and more
It's
pliable.
an important protein.
Mhm.
Um,
It's like
I
WD-40.
it is. Well,
Mhm.
it's actually when I describe to people, it's kind of more like cotton, right? Because I talk about collagen a lot with people in the
Okay.
context of
Mhm.
hypermobility. So you
Yeah.
have elastin, and then you have collagen. And
Mhm.
if you thought about pants, right, collagen is more like the cotton because it's a little more structural and firm, and the elastin is more stretchy. It's like your elastic
Yeah.
waistband, which my pants have a lot of elastic. Now, but yeah, you end up with some hormone changes that
Mhm.
lead to structural changes
Mhm.
in your body. And so if you lose an anti-inflammatory like estrogen,
Mhm.
then you have a higher risk of something like adhesive capsulitis
Yeah.
because you enter that inflammatory cascade, which glues those
Mhm.
folds of the capsule together.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
Right.
There is good news about that, though.
What's the good news, Kathy?
There is a study, this was reported by Duke Health, um, that, postmenopausal women on hormone replacement therapy had a lower risk of developing a painful shoulder condition known as adhesive
I've
capsulitis.
heard of that.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's cool.
So one more reason to ask your doctor for hormone replacement therapy.
There we go.
Mhm.
Don't ask us, ask your
Mm-mm.
doctor.
Ask your doctor.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we
Well,
cannot
and
prescribe.
and I think that maybe something that people don't realize is that a pretty common phenomenon is women around that age just getting random rotator cuff tears,
Yeah.
right? I
Yes.
call them unearned rotator cuff tears.
Unearned, yeah, like, I don't
Yeah.
know what I did.
Yeah, it's just yeah, all of a sudden, "Oh, man, I can't really move this.
Yeah.
Were you playing pickleball? Like, why not? Why weren't you playing pickle?" Or, like, were you, like, lifting something? Or no, it's just all of a sudden my shoulder
Mhm.
hurts.
Mhm.
And, like, you go do an MRI and, yep, sure enough, they got a torn
Mhm.
rotator cuff.
Yeah.
So, and so it's something to be on the lookout for.
Yeah.
I know whenever I have patients come in and it's a shoulder problem and it's a woman in her 40s, 50s,
Yeah.
60s, that is the first thing that comes to mind
Mhm.
is we have to evaluate for
Yeah.
rotator cuff and frozen shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shoo!
Okay, that was my soapbox.
That was your
I
soapbox.
came back down.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, you know what soapbox I like to get on every single episode is
Time.
a game.
Let's go.
Yay. We're going to play a game.
Okay.
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 I call this game cold stuff trivia. All right. So
Okay.
yeah,
Let's
cold
go.
stuff trivia because maybe I've run out of names for games.
Okay.
But this is a trivia game,
All right.
as the name would imply, and all of the answers involve something cold.
Okay.
Get it? Frozen shoulder.
Okay.
So cold stuff
Cold.
trivia.
The
All right.
word cold isn't in
Yeah.
the answer. It's just that thing
No,
is
it doesn't
cold.
have to be cold. It's
All
just
right.
something cold.
All right.
You'll get it. Okay.
Okay.
First one I think is pretty easy. All right. So if you're listening at home, let's play along. Okay. And I just want to give a shout out to Mandy who helped with some of these. Some of
Yes,
these are directly from
Mandy.
her. Okay.
Okay.
Good job,
Okay.
Mandy.
Yes.
So cold stuff trivia. Question number 1. In which Disney movie did the main character give the mental health advice? Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Frozen.
That is correct.
All right.
Number 2. Who was the first rap artist to have a single reach #1 on the Billboard charts?
Is it Ice T? Ice Cube.
Incorrect. Incorrect.
Ice.
See, those are the ones that Mandy gets too. It's Vanilla
It
Ice.
is
Yes.
not.
1990, Ice Ice Baby.
I mean, that was my glory days.
Holy
But I didn't think he
went
was
and
the
saw
first one.
He was the first. He was the
What?
first. Yeah.
Wow,
The
okay.
irony there.
Oh.
So I went and saw him at Spirit Mountain. Went with my brother and sister. And
Recently?
yeah, it was CNC Music Factory.
What?
Yeah, All for One
No.
and Vanilla Ice.
No.
Yes, it was incredible.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and so it was so good. Dude, he got up there and it was such a good show. Like, he's like, "Hey, everybody." He's like, "Who wants to get up here on stage with me?" He's like, "Let's have a party. Let's have fun." So people are like, "I do." He brought everybody up who
Oh
wanted to
my
be up.
gosh.
So there's people up there dancing and having a good time. Everybody's singing the lyrics along. At one point, he brought out a freaking Ninja Turtle.
What?
Yes, I was like,
Oh my gosh.
yes.
Take me
like
back.
14-year-old Jason was like,
Yes.
"This is heaven."
Yeah.
It was such a good show.
Take me
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, Robert Van Winkle,
Mm,
Vanilla Ice, you're a real one, sir.
legend.
It was so good. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I got one
Okay.
more little aside.
Yeah.
I got a t-shirt, right?
Mhm.
And so I want to wear it. It says Ice Ice, and then it's got like his logo, which is like a little baby angel with
Oh.
a gun,
Oh.
right? And so I love that shirt. It's a fun shirt. We were going out to something, and my family was like, "You can't wear that." And I was like, "What are you
Don't
talking about?"
embarrass
I was
us.
like, "It's Vanilla Ice." They're like, my
Mm.
kids are like, "Dad, ice? Really?" I'm like, "Oh, don't politicize don't politicize my Vanilla Ice shirt." I was like, "Everybody out there understands what
Yes.
this means."
Yes.
Everybody
Vanilla Ice.
who's over what, 12 or whatever. I don't know. They're older than that. Anyway, okay.
Okay.
Back to the
Oh,
trivia.
yeah, we're
Cold
back
stuff
to the
trivia.
game.
All right. Yellow, Fix You, and Viva La Vida. What do they all have in common?
Yellow?
Yellow,
Mm-hmm.
Fix You, and Viva La Vida. What do they all have in common?
Well, I'm
Remember, this is cold stuff trivia.
cold. Yeah, I know.
Yellow,
What's yellow and
Fix
cold?
You, and Viva La Vida. Raul knows. What is it, Raul?
What is it, Raul?
Coldplay.
Oh,
Yes,
gosh,
they're all
that's why.
Coldplay songs. Yeah.
That's why I didn't know it.
Yeah, and it was all
because-
yellow. All right, you'll get this
All
one.
right.
Okay.
Well, I don't like Coldplay.
Hall of Fame basketball player George Gervin, known for his cool demeanor and smooth style of play, was known by what nickname?
Iceman.
That is the Iceman. Ooh, that's just the best.
I
best
think I
nickname.
had the poster of him on the ice
Yeah.
throne.
Yes,
You know what I'm talking about? Or was that Sports Illustrated?
No, I think that
Okay.
that's yeah. So and his finger roll. Oh, so good. Okay. Anyway, in Game of Thrones, what was the motto of House Stark? Remember, these are cold things.
I know. Winter's coming.
That is correct. Yes, you got it.
I didn't know if that was their was their
That's their thing. Winter is coming.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What is the freezing temperature for water in degrees Celsius?
Oh, Celsius 0.
Hey, very good.
Look at
Good,
me.
Good. Yeah. All right, number 7. You'll get this one too, because you're a child of the 80s. Okay. Chicago Bears superstar and 1985 Super Bowl champion William Perry was known by which nickname?
The fridge.
Yes, the refrigerator.
Yes.
Good.
These are fun. This is a fun one.
Are you having a good time?
Yeah.
All right,
Let's keep
go.
going.
All right. Which fundraiser was popularized on social media in the summer of 2014 as a way to raise money for ALS research?
The ice bath.
Close. The ice
Dump.
bucket.
Bucket challenge.
Yes, the
Okay.
ice bucket challenge. Very good.
Okay.
All right, this is a fun one. Ready? Chubby Hubby, Sweaty Balls, and Cherry Garcia. What are these all names for?
Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Yes, Ben and Jerry's ice cream flavors. All right, last one. Who is famous for asking the question, "Honey, where's my super suit?"
I don't know that one.
I was just excited to give the quote. "Honey, where's my super
I
suit?"
don't know that one.
"Where's your super suit?" I said, "Where's my super suit?" "It's for the greater good. I'm all the greater good you're gonna need."
No.
You know this one, Raul? Who is it? It is Frozone from The Incredibles.
Oh, that's
All right, you got homework now. You
shucks.
got to go
Yeah.
watch The
Okay,
Incredibles.
Incredibles.
All right, Kathy, it's time for
Yes.
takeaways.
Okay.
What do we take away from this episode where you gave most of the information?
uh, if you have frozen shoulder, best treatment, gold standard from what we could find,
Mm-hmm.
PT plus some early steroid injection.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not monotherapy. Monotherapy is just one approach. It's going to
Mhm.
take multiple
Yeah.
approaches, right? Okay. And then my takeaway, I think I'm gonna do this one for the girls.
Do it.
Yeah, it's like this is a condition that affects women more,
Mhm.
and so it really needs more awareness, and we should be talking about it to help benefit, mom and aunties and
Mhm.
grandma and everybody like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, really focus on
Mhm.
women's health, and so that's a big deal. Definitely don't rely on Dr.
No.
Google, right? And sometimes your best friend's advice is not the best advice.
No. Or the
Uh,
Facebook page.
right.
for-
Well, and tell your surgeon if you got to get a surgery, get me into a PT early.
Yeah.
And when they're like, well, we want you to wait on exercises, say, cool.
Okay.
Most PTs would. So excellent.
Yeah.
Let's yeah, I think let's wrap it up
Let's
there.
wrap.
This is the part of the show where we tell you to subscribe.
Yes.
We're not going to ask you. We're going to tell you at this
You got to
point.
do it.
Yeah, we have some serious cultural authority at this
Mhm.
point. This is our 35th episode.
Yeah, look at us.
We're in the top
Mhm.
25% of podcasts in the world.
Yeah.
And it's just because we have stuck with it.
Yeah.
And so this is the best podcast.
That I've ever done.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, no, we want to thank our loyal listeners and
Yes.
followers. Follow us on Spotify.
Mhm.
If you already do, why don't you hop on over to YouTube and
Yeah.
like and follow us there
You can
too.
watch it.
Most importantly, though, we want your comments. Like, we
Mhm.
want to what's
Let's
important to
interact.
you? What's
Yep.
important?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what should Kathy be doing right now? Right?
Mhm.
What do you need from
Tell
her?
me what to
Yeah.
do.
But most importantly, there's one more thing to cover, and that's that there is
No
no I
I
in
in
pitch.
pitch.